I wrote down 319 goals to get my focus back. You see, everything else around you is trying to take your focus, your energy, and your attention away. But the only way to bring back your passion, your energy, your clarity is to remind yourself of what you truly want constantly, daily, every moment. So this exercise is an absolute breakthrough for you to connect to that.
And that exercise is called 100 Goals. It is from a book called A Happy Pocket Full of Money. And the author says this. He says, if you want to have a great life, write down 100 goals. If you want to have an absolutely amazing, wealthy, abundant life, write down 5,000. Now that sounds crazy. You might be thinking, how can I even think of 5,000 things? But I'm on about 319 now, and I can really see the benefit. And it's been really helping me to just stay connected to that most important thing. You see, the biggest problem nowadays with the world, especially in current age, is that we're overwhelmed with information, we're overwhelmed with other people asking for our focus, for our attention. All the apps, all the notifications, even in the 80s, all these big neon signs, all these lights trying to get our attention. I remember one time after a ceremony in Bali, I was driving back at about 7 a.m. or 7, 8 a.m. with a very clear mind, and then seeing all these signs on the roads that are asking for attention, I'm like, it's actually distorting my clarity. So this helps to stay clear in any situation. Doesn't matter where you are, in the big city, in a small city, in the village. I mean, obviously it's there to be with less distractions, but when you have a lot of distractions, this will help you to stay focused. Because also just the nature of the world, especially if you read the book Transurfing Reality, all these egregors, all these energy entities are always trying to get your energy through your focus, because whenever focus goes, energy flows. Tony Robbins loves to say that. So this helps you to focus on what you truly want to manifest. 100 goals. Now, how to go about it? There are no specific rules. It really just, write down what you want. Write down what you want. I really recommend doing it with a pen and paper, because when you write, the connection to the mind is so much stronger. There's actually like scientific evidence that I think the neural pathway that you're creating by writing something with a pen is like 5 or 7 or 40, so some significant number more potent than when you text it, when you type it on the phone. So it's still good to do it on the phone, but what I usually do is, if I don't have my notebook near me, I type it on the phone in a small note format, and then I come and I write it out with pen and paper. And some of these are one-liners, like, having a specific watch, or a price of a watch, or a specific car, specific house, specific people, specific lifestyle. So I'll show you what I've done. This is my notepad for this. So I actually started when my notepad finished, and I was just taking paper. So there's no excuse for you not to start right now. You probably have some paper somewhere. And I got to about 115 just using this, and then I continued here, and you can see, and you can see pages and pages and pages and pages of it. And some of them are one-liners. Some of them take half a page. Like this one here. That's like, half a page, and some of them are probably even a page long. And so what it started unlocking for me is, why do I truly want that abundance? Why do I truly want that money? And it's not something that I wasn't completely aware of, but it was kind of lurking in the shadow, let's say. And so it's very, very powerful psychological exercise, at least, but actually it's going even deeper than that. And so the way I like to do it even is, say I wake up on the day and I'm feeling not the way I want to be feeling. And so I write down how I want to be feeling. And so the way you do it is you do it in present tense with no date, no deadline. Because truly time is an illusion. You're hallucinating time with your mind. So in universe, everything exists at once, in one point of time. So for you to clarify time, I mean, it can happen or not. That's the thing. With these goals, when you put a deadline, it sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't work, right? You can be conservative and give yourself a big time. But for this exercise, really, the goal is this. Anything you want to accomplish in the next 30 years, write it down in present tense. I am, I have. I have accomplished, I have a luxury Ferrari car. I have a house in Beverly Hills. I have a company with 500 employees that generates, 1 million a month revenue. I have a social circle of amazing people that are interesting and exciting and are always surprising me with new things, and I'm learning about the world through them. I have a happy family. A lot of these things are for me, but also what I started adding is the people I want to be successful that are in my life, my friends, my family. My mother is happy and living a beautiful life and is very healthy and is very joyful, and her heart and minds are at peace. My mother's husband is treating her well and is very happy with her, and they're both very happy with each other, and they're amplifying and elevating each other's happiness and joy. My grandmother is very happy and her heart and mind are at peace. You know, I say that peace because somehow they told me that the way I live is is making them not feel very peaceful when only they hear about the things I'm up to. So these are kind of the things, and I'm noticing it's like you know, if you're into religion like Christianity or you know, whatever other thing, it's like you're praying for them in a way, right? And that softens the heart. And so I have a mixture of these, some can say very selfish goals, that are just like, I have an X amount of money, I have an X amount of gold bars, I have a specific apartment, and then also these, like how my friends are living. And so that really helps how my employees and the business are, how my business grows. And so the way you make your goal or your dream more solid in the universe is by learning how to include other people benefiting from it as well. Right? I have a company that generates this income, and it has 500 employees that are getting a salary that they're very happy with and that they're providing for their family with, and therefore feeding them and nurturing them and nourishing them and educating them and having great holidays, you know? And so like you learn how to start getting other people's success involved in it. You know, I make an X amount of money so I can treat my family and friends with gifts and luxury holidays. I have a house, you know, in Beverly Hills with a pool and 18 bedrooms that I invite. I don't know if I wrote this specific thing, but you know, there's like there's something there, and I invite my friends and family to visit me anytime they want. You know, I have an X amount of income so I can afford personal assistant and staff and a maid, so that when my friends come, they can be looked after in such a way so they don't have to worry about changing bed sheets and washing their laundry and cooking food or doing grocery, for example. These kind of things. So learning how to serve with the blessings you have in your mind, right? And then the universe will be more interested in actually fulfilling your goals because you're looking how to serve. You know, what do you want a private driver or a cleaner or a private jet? So you can do more good things, right? Because if you're just using it for pure pleasure, if the world isn't benefiting from your dreams or goals, you're fighting something, right? But it's a lot nicer to be win-win. So create that in your mind. You know, dating, what kind of partner you want. I mean, what kind of dating experience you want. Look at all these, how men and women are fighting online for who's right or wrong. And red pill men's dating advice currently is that you need to keep a woman on a distance and you know, arm length, so you don't fall in love with her, so you don't give her too much, don't give her gifts and stuff, and treat her a little bit badly, she actually likes that, you know, that kind of stuff. And it's like, if you believe that, you will find evidence of it, but what kind of life is it? Yeah, I don't want to live a life where I have to treat women badly for them to like me. I don't like treating people badly, genuinely I don't. I actually regret it afterwards whenever I do it, if I'm angry or, you know, I lash out or anything like that. I love treating people well. I want people to enjoy when I treat them well, and I just want them, you know, like, that's what I want. So I'm creating that, you know, and it's like helping me to, it's actually so transformative because it's helping me to unlock my limiting beliefs and actually start erasing them or rewriting them. And maybe it'll take more than one day to do it, but it's a stable process. And I really found, you know, Buddhism, which is the middle way, which is, you know, you don't do a 3-day workshop, intense, you know, all day 18-hour transformation and then you do nothing for the rest of the time. Every day you do a bit of work, and in this way you solidify these knowledge and transformations and start rewriting your past, start rewriting those limitations and belief, and create a world where people like it when you treat them well. And you know, everyone around me loves it when I treat them well. Like, what kind of nice world, what a nice world it is to live, instead of taking my pain and trauma experience and transforming into a limiting belief where, you know, women needed to be treated in a certain way for me not to be hurt. I mean, F that. I don't want to live like that. And so a lot of these things are happening through this work, through me writing this, And I found the one that says mental space here, and I like that. And I have another journal which is just a journal and a to-do list here. And so that's an amazing exercise, and I really wish for you to experience the benefits of it. And it works really well for the smallest of things, right? The reason for 5,000 is because you can write down the smallest of things. Maybe even it's just a more solid way to create something in reality. You first create it in your mind space, then you write it down. It's almost like a spoken word when you write it down, but it goes deeper, and then you can also share some of these. You don't have to share them, by the way, but you can share some of them with other people and start creating them. And again, if you don't know when you're going to do it, like I want to travel in Mongolia, maybe spend some time with nomadic tribes. I want to travel a lot of places in China and Korea and Japan, and but I don't know when exactly I'm going to do that, because there's some things I want to get done this year. So I just I just put it there, and also it's out of mind, and there's space for more stuff, and it helps to generate energy a lot as well. So I think you understand the gist of it, and really wish you experience the benefits of this amazing exercise. Start writing down your goals. I have, I am, and experience the beautiful transformation. I wish you live a fulfilling life of your dreams coming true. Nothing else but that. Have a good day.